Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your dog Redux What Ifs, and today I got a special what if for you. If y'all hear that in the background, it's most likely my freaking AC is loud as shit right now. So, yeah, just don't mind that. And I'm watching like some manga recaps, bro, to pass the time. So yeah, this just gonna be a chill, like a chill what if in the room. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too major. I was thinking about going outside, but hell no, not yet. But anyway, without any further ado, this is gonna be what if Shirou from Fate was in motherfucking high school with DXD. Now, I didn't know that there were multiple versions of Shirou in the Fate universe, bro. Like, I didn't. I know that's like. Hold on, let me move something from my closet real quick. Excuse the noise, man. You know, I don't cut anything out. But yeah, I did not know there were multiple versions of Shirou. I know like Fate, the Fates thing. I think Fate is like a game, and it's just like anime adapted, and it like shows choices of what happens, right? So I didn't know there was multiple versions of Shirou. So the Shirou that I'm gonna go with, that we're gonna be dropping in there, I would say it's the Shirou when he starts getting white hair, the white streaks on his hair. Like, it's still red, but you know, he starts getting the white streaks on his hair. I don't know which Shirou that is. Correct me if I do get that wrong. Like I did not know there was like multiple Shirous in that bitch, bro. But you know, without any further ado, that's the Shirou we're gonna be using. And I had a poll up, and y'all wanted this man to be busted as possible. So yes, Shirou will be able to project sacred gears. It won't be as strong as the original, but you know, he copies the skills of the original user and all that other stuff. And when I mean I'm finna make this man broken as shit, bro, I'm going to make Shirou so broken it's not gonna be funny. So to get it all out the way, yeah, obviously we gotta start slow and then we pick it up. But so far, he could project weapons, he could harden materials or anything that he touches, and I'm gonna give him a little special ability to be able to harden his body. Like, he could activate his trace on his body if necessary. So he's gonna have that. He will have Archer's Bow. He does have the unlimited Blade Works reality marble. And he is very sufficient in mana. So without any further ado, let's get into the what if.
You got my heart racing. Only one I'm chasing. Smoking up blunt, yeah, I face it. Send his ass to the pavement. If a nigga think I'm playing, Maddie, she gon' shake it. Niggas hating, but I'm a
Now, we start this what if off, bro. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you how we start this shit off. Like, so many things could go wrong. So I'm just gonna say that, let's just say, in one of the Fate universes, Shirou saves everybody by sacrificing himself and, you know, destroying the Holy Grail. I'm gonna just say he destroyed the Holy Grail. Or better yet, no, he used it to wish everything happened and that Ren had a better life and all that other stuff. And, you know, none of that shit happened, but it came at his life. So, right? So after, you know, he says goodbye, you know, he got to kiss Shorty, you know what I'm saying? He got to get a good kiss from her. So after that, he disappears and everything goes back to normal in the Fate universe. Now, the way we're going to do this is that, we're gonna say that Shirou gets pulled. His soul gets pulled, right? And he and his dad reincarnated, because since I'm basically the narrator and I'm playing God with these stories and these multiverses, I could do what I want with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna say that his dad reincarnated in the DXD universe along with Shirou, and his dad won't have any memories of it, but he does have memories of him being able to use projection magic and all that other stuff. So he teaches Shirou how to, defend himself, how to fight with the sword, how to, use some martial arts, some boxing, some MMA, the basics, some let's just throw some taekwondo in there for Maury's sakes. No, not renewal, just basic taekwondo. But he's a really adept fighter, right? So and he knows how to use the bow, hence archer, right? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, so um he already knows that Shirou is magically adept, so he tells Shirou about, these stories about the fallen angels, the devils, the vampires, the ghouls, all of the above, man. Like, all of the above, as they're like very real, man. Shirou's not a part of that world, but he knows that, his dad wouldn't say nothing like that unless he would be lying about it, right? So he's kind of already used to magic and stuff, and he only seen him do it, so he only thinks that his dad is able to do magic. But yeah, he signs up for Kuho Academy. His dad signed him up for Kuho Academy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make it where Shirou and Issei live right across from each other, right? So they get to walk into school, with each other, and Shirou got the motherfucking suit on, the motherfucking drip, the school uniform on with the white streaks, and Issei, walks him to the school, and they register him, and he's in Issei's class, so he gets introduced as Issei thinks that he's gonna take all the girls, but Shirou is like a valiant heart person, and he tries to save everybody that he can. But I'm gonna change him up a little bit to fit the story and give y'all more fan service, you know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna be a perv. I'm not gonna botch his character like that. He's gonna be like normal Shirou, but my styled Shirou. So after that, pretty much everything goes to canon. Him and Issei start to get to know each other more, and Shirou's personality started rubbing off on Issei just a little bit. So he's not as much as a perv, but he's still a perv. So after he gets caught, peeking in the kendo girls, Shirou, begged the girls to spare him this one time, and then they said that he better be lucky that Shirou's a part of the kendo club, or they would have put that stick to his ass for real. So after that, Issei gets a girlfriend, which y'all know this is Yuma. Yeah, y'all already know that's Yuma. And sorry if I sound low. I'm really under the weather right now, but I still want to record and like push this shit out for y'all because y'all deserve this. We hit 50 subs, bro. I really appreciate that. But yeah, sorry if I sound sick, but back to the regular schedule program. So Yuma asked him out. They go out. I'm gonna give it like a week. They go out for a week, and within that week, that's when what is it? Shirou's dad goes on a journey, and he said that he'll be back. He'll send money. Shirou's kind of used to this. Even though he loves his dad, he's kind of used to this. So he just wants his dad to be safe, and and wish him a good luck on his journey. It's work related, so Shirou doesn't question it since it's work related. You know what I'm saying? And so after that, that's when Shirou begins to like work on his magic, his projection, and so far he's able to make paper feel like a solid steel right now. He just wants to perfect the hardening, and he feels like once he perfects the hardening, anything that he uses, even a stick, could be considered as a weapon. And for one of the other special abilities, I'm gonna make him to be able to sharpen things, like to add the sharpness to it. So he's able to make it hard, pause, or make it sharp. So it could be sharp and hardness. So like let's say he raises the hardness to 9 and the sharpness to 10. He could take a stick and like cut through a tree like butter if he wanted to, or cut through somebody if he wanted to. But yeah, he begins to practice and practice and practice. So we're gonna say about Friday. That's when That's when what is it? That's when Issei, Yuma, and what is it? Shirou walk home, and Shirou said he'll catch him later since he didn't want to, like, cock block Issei. So he walks up ahead, and then that's when things go different from Little Cannon, right? Because this is when Yuma said, after Shirou, says not Shirou, Yuma, aka the fallen angel, she says die for me, and she ends up stabbing Issei with the spear light, right? But this time Issei screams out in pain as Shirou was able to hear it, and so he rushes back to where the scream was at, because he was worried about what is it? He was worried about Issei, right? And Yuma. And so he gets there and he sees Issei in a pool of blood, and then sees Yuma with dark wings and red eyes, as he was like, "You're a fallen angel?" And then that's when Yuma was like, "You know too much." And then she was like, "Congratulations, how were you able to see me or figure it out?" And then he was like, "Somebody told me about mythical creatures like you, but I didn't think it was real." And then that's when she was like, "Oh, I'm the real thing." And then she got a spirit light, and then she said, "And since you want to see real, I have to kill you since you saw me kill your friend." And so she throws the spirit light, and then that's when Shirou had a paper in his hand, and so he pulls out the poster, and he puts the hardness of the paper max, and so that's when the spirit of light was able to like low-key like bounce off of it, and it gave like an explosion, but Shirou was able to defend himself with it. As he backs up, he takes the paper and folds it into like a stick motion, like he folded up the paper, and it's like a long, it looks like a long piece of paper that's folded up. I really don't know how to describe it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And then he says trace on, and then that's when he said sharpness 8, hardness max, and then that's when the thing started glowing with the trace marks on it, as he was like, "I'm ready." And so he rushes Yuma, as she was like, "You think you could beat me with a piece of paper?" And then the paper touched her, and he swiped down on her, but it like gave her like a tiny cut, as she was like, "What did you do to that paper?" As she was kind of hurt by it, she was like, "Damn, I was not expecting him to do something like that." And that's when Shirou was like, "It's my ability." He's like, "It's called trace." He said, "I'm able to change he didn't want to reveal his full abilities since he doesn't know, the extent of it yet, but he said that he's able to, reshape and restructure the materials and whatever he touches or holds. And then he said even a stick in his hands can become a deadly blade. And then that's when Shirou increases his speed as he dashes towards Yuma, and they begin to fight, with Yuma taking a spirit light and starting, like clash with the paper. And, even though the paper is hard, it's still paper, so it's low-key getting burned. And so that's when Yuma strikes, and then that's when the paper breaks. But as the paper breaks, that's when Shirou, uses the sharpening and the hardening, and then he like tears some of it off, and then throws it at her, which is like it's basically like shards that's just being thrown, and some of these shards stick on her as she not grovel, she gets like does like a backflip in pain, as she was as some of the paper, she basically got paper cut like really bad, since the hardness and the sharpness is like maxed out right now. And so she got paper cuts, and she got one of the papers like in her wings. And then like once Shirou once it hits its target, it becomes like normal paper. So she just took it out, and she was like, he needs to die, and die right now. And so that's when she summoned 2 light spears, and threw one. Shirou was able to dodge the first one, but the first one was a feint, because the first one landed like behind him and it exploded. And then that's when Yuma, came from the sky and basically stabbed Shirou through the chest with the she stabbed Shirou in the chest with the light spear as he came crashing down, and he tried to pull it out, but since she's a angel, her strength is a little bit more greater than Shirou, so he was pulling it out, but it was at a slow rate because she was like over here trying to make sure he's dead, man. Like, you know, she trying to take my man's out. And so after that happens, she says that the mission was complete and she begins to fly away. As she disappears, he sees Issei. He turns his head as he's getting weak. He was like, Issei, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. He was like, only if I was stronger. Only if I was this and that. If I had a second chance, I would do things differently. I would protect you and anybody that I hold dear. I would protect you, man. And then that's when Shirou hears a voice, and it's Rias's voice, and that's when she was like, "You want to protect?" And then that's when Shirou said yes. And then that's when Rias basically says, "I will give you a second chance, but all you have to do is work for me, become my pawn, and protect me." And then that's when Shirou says, "I, Shirou, will promise to protect you and anyone that needs protecting, regardless of who they are." And so, as that happened, she revived Issei too, right? And so that's when they wake up in their respective beds and, you know, don't remember a damn thing about what happened. And so, it'll go back like that for like 3 more days as they both, you know, get to understand that, you know, everything is like lit up, you know, they're starting to get their devil abilities and, you know, they're starting to like feel stronger, faster, their senses are being more heightened. And so, with that, that's when Akano retrieves Shirou as he was surprised how good looking she is, man. Like, you know, he thought he was being set up for a second. And so, but she was just, you know, introduced herself, good company, and she told Shirou to meet her at the Research Occult Club, and she guided him there because they were about to have the meeting and explain what happened to them. And so him and Shirou, Issei and Shirou pull up like 1 minute after each other. So Shirou got there first, and then Issei came in behind him. And then Rias, you know, introduced herself as Rias Grimory, and she says that she has something to tell them, that they're devils and all that other stuff. And they both were not buying it at first. And then that's when they showed their wings, and then that's when Issei's wings showed from his back, and not from his back, it was more like from the side, and he was like, "Whoa, I have wings?" And then Shirou was like, where are my wings? And then she said some devils come without wings, but he is a devil. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, it's a bummer, but okay." And so, you know, they basically explained how the peerages work, and how, you know, you got the queen, the king, the bishop, the knight, and the pawns, and you know, all that other stuff. And, you know, they really didn't ask, you know, what piece they are, because this is just new information just slapped onto them. So they really didn't ask that much. They just wanted to, like, you know, ask, like, you know, are they really real? You know, they explain that, yes, devils and angels and, you know, fallen angels are real. There's like a Cold War brewing, and, you know, there is, you know, they're just, you know, what is it? Their, you know, their existence, and, you know, the vampires are real, the golems, and, you know, basically every mainstream monster that you could think of is real in the DxD universe, right? And so, you know, that includes mythology too. So let me not leave that out. And so, you know, after that, you know, they both were like fried from all that information that they've just been told. So after that, you know, they go home and try to process everything that's happening, as Shirou goes in the back and he begins to practice his archery, as he notices off because, you know, all the things that he's thinking right now. But once he clears his mind and, you know, enters his trance with the bow and arrow, he's able to shoot perfectly. But, you know, Shirou had a lot of time to think about it. And Rias also told Shirou and Issei that they will start in the next 2 days to go out on a mission with them to see how they work and how the dynamic of the team is. And so with that, Shirou, and then yeah, right. And then something with Shirou also happens too. Basically, Shirou, when he goes to sleep, he's starting to have a dream, and he sees himself, but he sees Archer and he's fighting him, but he doesn't know why he's fighting Archer. He doesn't know who he is, but he doesn't know that's literally him. So it's basically like him embracing his true potential, and once he's able to beat that person, he'll be able to access more of his abilities. So yeah, he's still pretty strong. Don't get me wrong, but he gotta learn how to build up to it. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting to have these dreams, and his projections, his hands start turning into metal as he's slowly getting there. But some of them dreams be painful, but other times he's all right. And so that's where I'm gonna be leaving this what if off here. I felt like this was pretty quick. The intros for these what ifs are gonna be pretty quick. I'm not trying to like yap y'all ears off, but when we get to like the fight scenes and the major stuff, that's gonna be like an hour, 50 minutes, not an hour and 50 minutes, but like an hour to like 50 minutes to an hour. That makes much more sense to say that. But I'm really excited to start this new what if, man. I watched Fate not too long ago, so I didn't know there was like so many different versions of Shirou. So like I said, I'm really excited to start this new what if, new high school DxD what if, man. We finna make this man as busted as possible. So as long as y'all here for that, hey, I ain't got no complaints, man. I appreciate y'all for all the love and support, man, that y'all been showing me. Thank you again for 50 subs. We just hit 51 not too long ago. We on the road to 100, bro. As soon as we get to 100, bro, we live, bro. We dropping shit every time. I'm gonna try to keep my upload schedule on the weekends because I really be dead ass busy through the weekdays, unless I don't have like work and I'm like off for like a week or something like that. But like other than that, I really do be busy with like trade school and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna try to keep consistency, man. Don't think I forgot about y'all, because I didn't forget about y'all. I just be busy. And now that I'm on my grind, I got to get back to y'all and push this content out. So I really appreciate y'all for real. And this is Redux What Ifs signing off.